This profound mystery often brings fear, anxiety, and uncertainty. It's a natural human response. But the Buddha offered a path, a wisdom to face this ultimate transition, not with fear, but with peace. His teachings illuminate the nature of existence, revealing that death is not an end, but a profound transformation. Let us explore these ancient insights together, finding solace and strength in understanding. The first fundamental teaching in Buddhism is anicca, impermanence. Everything is in a constant state of change. Our bodies, our thoughts, our feelings, all are impermanent, arising and passing away. Death is simply the ultimate expression of this impermanence for the physical form. Yet what about me? Buddhism teaches anatta, the doctrine of non-self. There is no permanent, unchanging soul or essence that is you. We are a collection of interdependent processes. When the body ceases, these processes do not simply vanish, they continue in a different form. This leads us to the teaching of karma and rebirth, not as reincarnation of a soul, but as a continuity of consciousness. Every thought, word, and action we perform creates karma, volitional actions that leave imprints. These imprints, this energy, shapes our future experiences, including our next existence. At the moment of death, the mind's state becomes profoundly important. What we cling to, what we cultivate, influences the next arising. Imagine a flame being transferred from one candle to another. The flame is continuous, but the candle is new. This is how rebirth works. It is not the same self reborn, but a new being conditioned by previous actions. The dying process is a gradual dissolution of the elements, earth, water, fire, and air returning to their source. Sensory experiences diminish, thoughts become subtle, and the mind retreats inwards. This period, often called the Bardo in Tibetan Buddhism, is a crucial window for liberation or positive rebirth. It is not a place, but a state of mind, a transition where past actions ripen and new paths emerge. Understanding this process allows us to prepare to cultivate wholesome states of mind now. So how do we face the end of life peacefully? It begins with how we live each moment. Mindfulness of death, maranasati, is a powerful practice. It reminds us of impermanence daily. Reflect that death is inevitable for all.
This is not morbid, but realistic. It helps us prioritize what truly matters: love, compassion, wisdom, and letting go. For those nearing the end, cultivating positive states of mind is paramount. Practice metta, loving kindness. Wish yourself and all beings freedom from suffering. Let go of regrets, attachments, and grievances. Forgive yourself and others. Remind yourself of your positive deeds, the kindness you've shared. For caregivers, your presence is a profound act of compassion. Create a peaceful environment, soft light, soothing sounds, sacred images. Speak calmly, reassuringly. Read sacred texts or chant softly if appropriate. Remind the dying person of their good karma, their compassionate heart. Most importantly, practice mindful presence. Be fully there, without judgment or expectation. Prepare your own mind for their passing. Grief is natural, but understanding can bring peace. Through understanding and practice, death transforms from a terrifying unknown to a natural transition. It becomes an opportunity for deep spiritual growth, even at the final moments. The fear of death often stems from our attachment to identity and the transient body. By understanding anatta, we realize there is no self to lose, only processes changing form. This insight brings immense freedom and peace, freeing us from the shackles of fear. A mind filled with compassion and wisdom at the time of death leads to a favorable rebirth. Or, for those who have walked the path deeply, it can lead to the ultimate liberation, nirvana. Nirvana is the cessation of suffering, the extinguishing of the flame of craving and attachment. It is the peace that transcends all understanding, a state beyond birth and death. We often perceive death as an ending, a finality, but what if it were merely a doorway, a passage to something beyond our current comprehension, yet inherent to existence? Buddhist wisdom does not promise eternal life, but offers freedom from the fear of death. This freedom comes from understanding the true nature of reality and our place within it. Let us delve deeper into the intricate dance of existence, starting with the law of karma. Karma, from the Sanskrit, means action. Every conscious action, good or ill, leaves a trace. These traces become potential seeds for future experiences, shaping our journey. Death is a profound moment where the accumulated karma from this life and previous lives comes to the forefront. The mind, stripped of its physical senses, experiences these imprints with heightened intensity. It's like a dreamlike state, where the reality is shaped by our past actions and present intentions. Therefore, cultivating wholesome karma throughout life is our greatest preparation for death. This involves practicing generosity, morality, and meditation. These actions create positive imprints that will guide the mind towards a favorable rebirth. The intermediate state, or bardo, is not a fixed place, but a dynamic experience of consciousness. Here, the mind is said to be acutely sensitive, like a leaf swayed by the slightest breeze. Positive thoughts and memories can guide it towards light, while fear or anger can lead to confusion. This is why the presence of loving friends or monastics is so valuable during this time. Their peaceful presence, their prayers, and their reminders of the Dharma can stabilize the mind. Ultimately, the destination is not fixed, but determined by the trajectory of our heart and mind. Understanding this, our practice in life becomes clear: to purify the mind. This begins with cultivating ethical conduct, living a life that harms no one.
Video 12.2. Engage in acts of generosity, giving without expectation of return. Develop compassion and loving kindness for all beings, including yourself. Meditation is a direct path to understanding the mind and its impermanent nature. Through mindfulness, we observe thoughts and emotions without judgment, letting them arise and pass. This practice weakens attachment, the root cause of suffering and fear. Imagine your mind as a clear sky. Thoughts are like clouds, appearing and disappearing. We don't chase them, we don't cling to them, we simply observe. When facing death, this ability to observe without clinging becomes our greatest strength. For the dying, encourage them to release all worries, to rest in peace. Remind them of the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, finding refuge in these precious jewels. And for ourselves, remember that while the body perishes, the legacy of love and wisdom endures. This Buddhist perspective on death is not about denial, but acceptance, a profound acceptance. It transforms fear into understanding, sorrow into compassion, and anxiety into peace. By embracing impermanence, we live more fully, cherishing each precious moment. We become less attached to outcomes and more present in the unfolding journey. The wisdom of the Buddha is a beacon guiding us through the darkness of ignorance. It shows us that true liberation is possible right here, right now, in this very life. And when the time comes, we can meet death with a tranquil heart, knowing we are part of something vast and eternal. The whisper of eternity often reaches us in moments of quiet contemplation. It is then that questions about our existence and its culmination become most poignant. Buddhism offers not just answers, but a practical framework for navigating this journey. A framework built on compassion, wisdom, and the reality of interdependent arising. The Buddha taught that clinging to anything, even life itself, leads to suffering. Death is the ultimate lesson in letting go, a natural process of release. Our consciousness, infused with karma, continues its journey like a river flowing to the sea. It finds a new form, a new body, conditioned by previous actions and mental states. This is not reincarnation of a fixed soul, but the continuation of a dynamic process. The Bardo state is a bridge, a space where possibilities unfold based on our past and present momentum. It is not a judgment, but a natural ripening of conditions we ourselves have created. Therefore, cultivating a pure and compassionate mind is the most profound preparation for this transition. Our practice begins not at the moment of death, but in every breath we take now.
Mindfulness, awareness of the present moment, is our anchor in the flux of existence. Cultivate a spacious mind, free from grasping, open to what arises. Practice gratitude daily. Appreciate the gift of this human life and its opportunities. Forgive yourself for past mistakes. Release the burden of guilt. Forgive others, releasing grudges that only bind our own hearts. These acts of letting go pave the way for a peaceful transition. For those supporting the dying, your role is to be a steady, loving presence. Avoid discussing worldly concerns or anything that might stir attachment or regret. Instead, offer words of peace, remind them of the Dharma, or play soothing chants. Holding their hand, offering a gentle touch, can convey boundless compassion. Remember, the dying person's mind is highly suggestible. Fill their space with positive energy. When we approach death with this understanding, it transforms into an experience of liberation. We are not losing ourselves, but returning to our true nature, boundless and free. The cycle of birth and death, samsara, ceases to be a burden, but a path towards awakening. Embrace the impermanence of all things and find lasting peace in the present moment. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be truly peaceful. The tapestry of life is woven with threads of joy and sorrow, beginning and ending.